2021 is here. A lot of stuff happening.
Outrageous Fun. Season 3.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? Did it work?
No, it looks like everything just fucking
Crash?
went black. Oh, we're good.
Oh, we're good.
There we go.
What up?
What's up, kid?
We're on.
Wow, what a journey
Technical-
it's been for the last 20
Little
minutes.
Technical difficulties.
Just a couple. Just a couple.
How you doing?
I'm chilling, boy. I'm
Nice
chilling.
shirt.
I got my
Look
tits
at my
out.
shirt today.
Yeah, you're representing a much different energy than
I'm going to talk about it in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm representing something a little different.
Look at those nippies.
You know what up.
How did that shirt go over in Montauk? That was a Montauk
Crowd favorite.
crowd favorite.
I wore
a lot
it
of comps.
I wore it at night on the water, and it was like 45 degrees, and I was freezing, but it was really worth it. You know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's that move there? Do you you got the beer coat, so that helps? I gotta
Well,
say,
yeah.
since
I
I've
brought a
stopped
sweatshirt,
drinking
but
and
I
I've gone
held
out and like I have a very low, and you could call me a pussy all you want, but I have a very low threshold for the cold when
You
I'm
always
out.
have, though.
No, but if you're like drinking, you got that beer coat, you feel nothing.
Right.
So when you were in this shirt, were you just like kind of mustering through it because you're a man who's trying to get some ass in that shirt?
Yeah, I got to that. Jesus. Such an aggressive painting of my situation
Yet
there.
accurate.
Yet pretty much spot on. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah, I was pretty much didn't feel it for a while. But then it got to a point where I was just kind of not moving that much when I was at my drunkest, I probably got the coldest, and then I threw the sweatshirt on.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it was money.
It's a good looking shirt. I got to
Thank
say
you, bro.
that
The
picture that
colors
you
are
took.
vibes.
Joe was in this picture he posted on Instagram. That was like the crew, the Montauk House crew, and Joe's planted right in the fucking center in this shirt. And, like, all the other dudes are just, like, dressed normally, it seems. And he's wearing, like, this very loud shirt. And, like, all the bitches are surrounding Joe. And all the bros are surrounding Joe. I'm like, how did you get in the center of this photo, you
Because I
fuck?
wasn't.
You're,
I
like,
was,
cozying up with Durz's girlfriend. Durz is, like,
I
poking
know.
his head through the back. I'm like, you fucking scumbag.
Bro, a couple people
Because you
text
let
me-
the kid hold him or some shit? Jesus.
A couple people asked me, like, is that your girlfriend? I was like, no.
Oh, it's that kid who's hiding in the back's girlfriend.
Dude, it's because I was like, I told you, dude, when I was in Montauk, I was bopping around. That was the night where I saw like all these people I knew. So I was like bopping around, and they were like, all of a sudden I saw everybody go, yo, picture. And I was like, oh shit. So I came over and then started hanging and like took the picture, but I like showed up and just popped right in the middle. I was just
Right.
like, what's up? But yeah, I know. I look at that picture, I'm like, I have my arm around Chris's girlfriend. He's like, top of his head is in the picture. Like, it's like, oh fuck, I didn't even realize that. It felt terrible. But that was funny. That night, everybody was like, this is our one big night out. Save your best outfit for Common Ground night. So this was best
That was when you
outfit.
guys got like bottle service and shit.
Yeah. We
Nice.
spent some money that night. It's
You have to. You gotta do it. You gotta do it one night.
Got it.
You gotta do the ball at one night.
Bro, you go to McDonald's, you spend like $1,000 in Montauk. Everything's so expensive.
I
It's
love a
absurd.
good sack of McDonald's.
I drove Frankie to McDonald's yesterday, and it smelled so... He had a Big Mac, bro. I was watching him eat this Big Mac. It was pornography.
What's up with the middle bun? That's a special middle bun.
It's a good, fluffy little cushion. I think it's a little too much bread, personally.
That's a lot of. I don't even know if I've ever even had it. I don't think I've ever had a Big Mac. I don't think I've ever had a Whopper.
Dylan,
I always go like
look at your childhood pictures. There's no way
because
that you never had one.
because I would always go for something else on the menu. It wasn't for not eating McDonald's. I mean, go fuck yourself.
You never had one Big Mac or a Whopper?
No, because I was always getting I always like bacon cheeseburgers. Like I
Okay.
go there and get the bacon cheeseburgers. They don't do a bacon cheeseburger Whopper.
I bet you
like
could
I don't
throw
like
bacon
pickles.
on a-
Dude, you put pickles on my burger, I'll slap you. That's where I'm
Dude,
at.
the Whopper's the best fast food burger, like drive-through fast food burger of all time. That's my favorite, at least.
The Checkers Texas Roadhouse on Texas Toast will fuck
Yeah.
your face up.
Yeah, we used to get
2 for
that.
$5 or something.
Yeah, it's dumb.
That's how I got
I was
fat.
a big Buford guy. At
Oh my
Checkers.
God, the Big Buford.
Yeah.
That is also how I got fat.
The loaded, real quick story, and then we'll get
Big
into the shit.
Bufords were delicious. Even the name.
Bro, you ever get the loaded fries from Checkers?
Yeah, Checkers is the shit.
Bro, so I got the loaded fries once. I think Frankie was there, and we went to my cousin Nick and Brandon's house. You know Nick.
Yeah.
And it was my first time having Checkers. Like, they don't have a Checkers out here. It's like
There's only a couple.
yeah, there's only a few, and this one was out in Center Reach. So we got Checkers for the first time, and my tummy was not ready for it. And you know when you just have like the hot gas?
Yeah.
The whole night, bro, I had like hot gas,
Yeah.
and like we were having a slumber party, and they made me sleep in the den because like
Your gas was so hot.
I was my aunt and uncle came in the room. They're like, "Jesus, man, you're taking the paint off the walls." I'll never forget that line. You're taking the paint off the walls. It was like we talk about it to this day how bad my ass smelled that night. It was crazy. I was like 11. And I was just ripping.
My boy was
hot ass.
My boy had a hot ass.
Yeah, real hot ass.
That's fun.
Yeah, man.
What was your high of the week? Speaking of hot ass.
Speaking of hot ass, actually, it's perfect. My high of the week. So the home run derby was last night, the Major League Baseball home run derby, and my boy Trey Mancini was in the derby, which I didn't even realize going into it until the day before. I saw like the lineup. I was like, oh fuck, like Trey's in it.
And for the record, how do you know Trey Mancini, who's a professional baseball player?
So actually one of the kids I was in Montauk with went to Notre Dame, played with him. They played at Notre Dame together, and he came out with us one night in the city. We like hung out and had a night. So funny fucking story. So that I was like, we had a group chat going and we were joking around about like, oh, we're gonna hang out with Trey tonight. Like everybody was all jacked up. And I got a haircut that day, so I sent a picture of my new haircut into the group, and I was just like, yo, you think Trey will fuck me with this new haircut? And I sent it into the group, everybody's like, so funny, whatever. Later that night, we're like drinking. Me and Trey are at the bar, like bullshit, like talking about like Little League and like college baseball, having like the dopest conversation with like a new up and coming like Major League fucking player. It was sick. They were playing the Yankees the next day. It was like the coolest moment of my life.
We all see where this is going.
And my friend, I think it was Kayla or Allie, one of my two friends, walks right up to us and she goes, hey, Joe, did you tell him how you want to fuck him? And then she just shows the picture of like the Snapchat of me like saying that shit to him. And he got like kind of weird. And I was like, I'm straight, Trey. He was like, all right,
Dude, I'm
man.
not trying to fuck you. It was a joke, man. It was a joke. But
yes,
my hair looks good. Don't tell me otherwise. Like, you like it, right?
It was.
I'm not trying to fuck you, though.
It was fire.
Yeah.
The hair looked good. But so funny. So last night, the kid, James, is his friend our mutual friend. So last night, Trey Mancini he made it to the finals. He was killing
Oh, really?
it. Yeah. And he's not like a power hitter, but he's having like a really power heavy year. And he made it to the finals, and I was texting James. I was like, dude, our boy is fucking slugging right now. Like, this is crazy. He's like, dude, if he fucking wins, I'm going to freak out. They had their college coach throwing BP and shit. Like,
wow.
It was super cool. So I was talking to him, and I just go, damn, should have fucked him while I had the chance. And he was like, bro, you only get one chance to fuck, dude. You got to jump on it. Like, it was fucking great. So it was just cool watching him.
Did he lose?
He ended up losing to fucking Pete Alonso. I hate Pete Alonso.
I don't know who that is.
Mets the polar bear. He's a bum. He's such a goober. He was like dancing. He was just being such a tool bag. He's like having a good time, like good for him, whatever.
You sound triggered.
Him.
Triggered because he's a Met?
He's a Met. He's a doofus. He like wears weird like cowboy hats and shit, but he's like from like not the South. I don't like him.
All right. You're allowed to
I
not.
don't like him. He's like fucking, he sucks, and he beat my boy Trey.
Right.
Came back too. He was like, Trey was winning. And then he came back and like went on a tear and won by fucking one home run. Yeah.
Damn. Was Judge in it?
No, Judge said he won't do it unless it's in Yankee Stadium for the rest of his career because he won one already. So he's like, I'm not going to do it again until it's back at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Word.
I get that. But it was cool to watch. I'm a big home run derby guy.
I know. I didn't even know it was on.
Yeah.
I've been getting emails out the ass about the MLB, and I just thought it was like a week ago when I was just off.
Fucking Shohei Ohtani was like the favorite.
Yeah.
And he blew it.
Really?
He went like a minute in with 0 home runs. Like he was just not.
Doesn't he not take batting practice, though?
He doesn't take batting practice, yeah. But he won a home run derby in Japan, apparently. So he's like got experience. But yeah, he blew it. He sucked. He was out first round.
Damn. Almost just spilled.
Almost just ruined my computer. That would have stunk.
That's a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
My high of the week was the healthcare parade, baby.
Yeah, you're rocking.
It finally
that shirt.
went down. That
You're
was my
rocking
shirt.
Your colors.
My dad showed up with this shirt for your boy, rocking it. Canyon of Heroes. We showed up. It was a blistering hot Wednesday. It was
Can
like
I
a
ask
heat
you a
wave.
question?
Yeah.
Remember how a week ago today I was personally ripping on how lame it was going to be?
Yeah.
Where'd we
Right.
fall?
I mean, I was walking there fully, and then we had 2 friends join us. One who was a nurse and her boyfriend, and they were like our COVID crew during. We like got lunch together where we would get like dinner. We would hang out with them during
Lame.
COVID. Eat my ass. And
Didn't cough.
so we showed up at like I think it was like 11 a.m. or some shit, and at Battery Park.
Oh.
And there was a decent amount of people there. And I'm like, yeah, me and Emily showed up first, and I was like, Emily, we're walking in this parade. You do know that, right? She's like, no, like I don't want to walk in it. I was like, no, we're fucking walking in it. Of course we're walking in it. What are you talking about? She's like, I think it's like a thing. Like I think you had to. I'm like, no, we're walking up to this table. There's a bunch of different tables when you walk in. It was like fireman, healthcare worker, teacher, bodega worker. Like there was all these different things that you would go to and be like, I'm a this person, and they go like, all right, here, go join this crew. I was like, we're fucking going up to the healthcare worker thing, and we're absolutely doing this parade. So Courtney and Ted show up. Courtney is a nurse. Ted is, I think, works for an insurance company. And I was like, yeah, guys, we're marching in the parade. You know this, right? And Ted was he's like, dude, I don't want to march in this parade. Like, this is, I'm like, you're a healthcare worker by proxy.
He's
By
so
proxy,
coy.
you're a healthcare worker. You supported a healthcare worker, you're coming on the march. Come on. So we fucking roll up. I'm like, healthcare workers are like, here are your badges. Like, let's fucking go. They're like, go join the people in the pink, the people with like the pink flags over there. I'm like, all right. So we walk over there. And I quickly realized it was definitely like a grouped event because it was like people had banners.
Yeah, you didn't come prepared.
We didn't come prepared.
Right.
I didn't even come repping anything. I was just repping myself, Dylan O'Keefe, physical therapist.
In that shirt?
No, I was in I was just wearing a very normal shirt. Not even a
clothes.
healthcare shirt. I was just clothed.
Cotton clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
And we wound up, Courtney had a union there. Like, Courtney's in a nursing union, and her union was there. But she wasn't like, she didn't even know, she didn't even hear about it. So I was like, listen, we're just gonna mesh right in here, and we're just gonna go on this fucking parade for sure. And we start going along, and it was like kind of whatever as we got in the streets. There's people, like, they blocked off like a full mile or so. And there was like a decent amount of people. And as we start to go, there's like a shit ton of people freaking the fuck out. Like, there were people going.
What do you mean freaking out?
Like, we won the World, like, we were the Yankees. It was a ticker tape parade where it was like, we are the Yankees and people were Yankee fans. It was like the healthcare workers were first and people were going like to an insane. I was like, this is fucking insane. This guy was like screaming. He's like, yeah. He was holding his phone. He's like, come here, look. I went over and looked at his phone. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? He's like, it's my vaccine card. I got vaccinated for you, baby. Screaming. I'm like, okay, buddy. All right.
No offense, but go home,
We
man.
passed a group of,
Jesus.
they must have been like high school girls. It looked like an all-girl, like all-girl Catholic school vibes.
Okay. Yeah, it's a specific
Right?
vibe.
There was like 40 of them, 50 of them, dude, lined up on the thing, going fucking crazy. Like, all of them were screaming at the top of their lungs as if we had just won the Super Bowl. And I was like, that's a lot of energy coming over here. It was fucking awesome. And there was people like blasting. There were like the floats that were going on were blasting like ticker. There was like constantly just like ticker tape fucking whatever in the air. That's what a ticker tape parade is, right?
Yeah, but is that what they were blasting in the air? Ticker tape? Is that why they call it a ticker tape parade? Am I dumb?
I think it's I thought ticker tape was referring to like the paper that they blast out of cannons.
I'm Googling what's ticker tape. I have
Right.
no idea. Ticker tape, a paper strip on which messages are recorded in a telegraphic tape machine? That can't be it.
Well, there was paper getting blasted out of cannons. Paper getting
I
blasted.
saw the videos of like people pouring it out of
pouring
windows
out of
and
windows.
shit.
The one that was pouring, dude, they were pouring that. That was after the parade. We like pulled up on a spot and like, cause we were first. We were like, let's watch. So like the firemen came by and they were doing like the drummers.
Drum line
To like a
style.
drum line.
Right.
There was one random nursing union that had a drum line on. They were fucking rocking out. I was like, I gotta get in a union and join a drum line. This looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, you do.
And the guy right where we were in front of him, it was like a building that was just like for 30 minutes straight, just launching upwards of a full tree. I would say a full fucking tree worth of paper, dude. And it was just 3 windows. And the guy was just like, he wasn't even like smiling or anything. And he was like 20 floors up. And I was just looking up and this guy was just like, just chucking it.
Who cleans that shit up?
There was like the sanitation department, I'm sure. It was like a very official thing.
All right.
They were like just throwing globs of paper, and I saw a dude get like rocked with like a glob of. It like didn't rock him, but he like scared the fuck out of him. I saw your boy De Blasio. I saw my boy Chuck Schumer. He was like really close. Like we walked
Isn't
right
De
past
Blasio
him.
like 6'5"?
Very tall guy.
I heard he's very large.
He was emceeing the event.
He's such a goober.
Yeah, it was very goober. He was like on the on a stage and we like walk past the stage and like Black Eyed Peas like I got a feeling was like playing
And he's just like,
yeah, healthcare workers, yeah, Columbia, I see you. And like Black Eyed Peas is in the background.
Dude.
I got a feeling.
He'll never get back. I'll never get back. Like he'll never win me back over after watching him eat Shake Shack and like not completely enjoy it. Did you watch the video of him eating the Shake Shack when he was like, "Oh, if you get a vaccine, you get free Shake Shack," and he was just like taking like squirrel bites of it, like being weird about it. Like he was just like, so good.
Like it was
dude,
like it was dog shit.
Yeah, I was like, fucking eat it, dude. It's a fucking cheeseburger.
That's Shake Shack, bro.
Like, what are you, some vegan ass? Like maybe he's vegan. He's just muscling meat down his gullet. Like I was like,
Just for the polls. Just for the polls.
He ate a fry, but he like didn't finish the fry. Like he took one bite of the fry, and, like put it down. I was like, bro, eat a fry.
I almost went up to Chuck Schumer. Emily was like, "Go talk to Chuck Schumer. You worked for him." I was like, I was gonna go over to him, but I was low key. I was hot off my last week very angry spell of being furious with Chuck Schumer over student loan forgiveness. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to go over there and not go up to that guy and be like, what's up, Chuck? In the year 2011, I interned for you in the Huntington office, and guess what? Your boy's in debt. So you need to get on that shit now. Like, I was really wanted to say that. And I was like, don't say that today. It's the healthcare parade.
You would have gotten respect from everybody, definitely in this room.
I know, I wish I
Dude,
did.
that would have been the coolest shit you ever did in your
I
whole life.
really wanted to do it.
Oh, you should have, bro. Haven't you always wanted to tell off a politician, and you had like a personal
Not
thing with that
really.
guy? No? Politicians are the woats.
I guess so. I don't have the need to like tell.
You've never wanted to tell off a politician. You're telling me if Trump walked by, you wouldn't say some shit to him? Bullshit.
I'm saying, but to like, I think we talked about this one time that if like you were gonna like interview a politician, like, could you actually fucking get into it?
I think so. I think I could give him shit if I knew enough. I don't know enough, but I think I could definitely run past him and be like, "Fuck you," and then walk away.
Right.
That's easy.
It was the health. I was on my healthcare parade energy though.
Right.
If I was at like when I did witness someone fucking destroy Chuck Schumer at the
Right.
Oyster Bay Crab Festival, and if he was just walking down fucking Main Street trying to shake hands and kiss babies for the upcoming election at the Oyster Bay Crab Fest while like I'm drinking an IPA and like sucking down like a lobster sandwich, then maybe I get up and I yell at him. But I was parading. You know?
I think you go in for the handshake. I don't think you like get
Pull him
drunk.
close?
Yeah, pull him close and be like, "You're a piece of shit," and then just like bounce.
Right.
Like just let it settle. Like he won't even react right away. He'd be like, "Did that guy? I'm a piece of shit," and then you're out. You're gone.
All right.
That's the strat.
I'm sure he'll pop up again in my life.
Probably.
I've seen him a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen a politician in person.
And I also saw so the New York City primaries are over for the mayor. It's Curtis Lewa and I forget the other guy's name, the Democratic guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. So me and my dad are just chilling on a random fucking corner. Like Chuck Schumer was in the parade.
Right.
Like he was in the. So you walk past him, only like people that were in the parade had access to him. Like he was behind the bars. Mm-hmm. I was just standing on a random ass corner, and some random guy just comes up, hands me like a business card, shakes my hand, and like smiles and walks away. I was like, who the fuck was that? Cheap suit, looked a little dirty, and my dad was like, hey, that's Curtis Lewa, the guy who's running for Republican of New York City mayor. I was like, really? Just like that in the flesh? He just dapped me up on this random street corner? I thought he'd be in the parade or some shit.
Maybe he was on his way too.
It was.
He was going door to door. He was going handshake for handshake.
He was
getting
going
votes.
handshake for handshake in the crowd.
What? Do you have his business card?
I threw it out.
Classic.
Why the fuck do
Would've
I
been
need
cool.
that?
Would've been cool.
No, I don't need that.
You're weird, man.
I could, it's, you know,
It would have been cool to have.
maybe. But yeah, that was my high.
That's a nice
It was
play.
a
It's better
good
than I thought it was gonna be.
celebratory. It was better than I expected, but still not enough. I was honestly wanting to wear like a mask as a banana hammock, and I wanted people to be going fucking crazy.
Well-
I wanted like nurses like fucking chugging bottles of champagne and popping fucking everything.
Listen,
and
you coulda set the
smoking
tone.
blunts. I wanted it
You
to be
didn't
insane.
show up in your banana hammock. What were you gonna expect to fucking for
And
the
I've
thing to appear on your body? if
Never
the vibe
been
hit?
so happy because it was a G-rated event. It was a G-rated event.
It
I
is
wish
a
it was.
healthcare parade.
Yeah, but it should have been like a COVID's over parade.
Right, like
It wasn't.
listen,
It was
you
a.
ever seen nurses out? Bitches party.
Bitches party. I think nurses are the hardest partying motherfuckers out there.
100%.
Because they see
fact.
such fucked up shit.
Yeah,
they got to
just-
put it away.
They got to bury it with drugs and alcohol.
Exactly.
That's
They were
it.
out there. Nurses didn't even know about it. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they didn't tell the nurses
Dude,
that they were celebrating because they didn't want it to be a shit show.
Still,
that makes more
nobody
sense.
knew about it. I didn't know about it.
Well, I told you about it.
You told me about it, but like at that point, I was already,
It should have been
Couldn't.
on a Saturday. It should have been like the marathon.
True, it was on
like
a Wednesday.
you go out for it. It should have been like, yo, the fucking COVID's over parade. Because it's got to be a COVID's over parade, right? Any parade celebrating healthcare workers in this climate must be a COVID's over parade, or it's a super spreader event.
Right.
So it's
you
got to
gotta
be a
call it-
COVID's over
It's
parade.
one or the other. You can't.
It can't be one or the other. It can't be a middle ground. Because I would
Right.
tell my patients about it, and they would be like, "Don't you think that's like counterintuitive to like the Delta variant?" And I was like, "No, fucking COVID's over. That's why we're doing it." You know what I'm saying?
People. I'm not ready for New York City people yet. I've decided. I just that when you said that, I was just like, I can't.
It's yeah,
It's such a vibe. It's such a negative vibe.
right.
I don't need to hear that shit. Don't you think? No. Fuck you. I don't think anything a lot most of the time. I'm not thinking.
Don't
a
you
lot.
think? No, fuck off.
Oh, shut up.
I'm wearing a
Let
banana
me-
hammock and a Delta top. I'm gonna be the Delta variant for Halloween
You're
this
like,
year.
let me cut you off right there. No, I don't think at all. Fuck you.
Don't you think?
Oh my god, man. Oy.
But it was a good time.
That's good. It's better than I thought it was going to be then. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be such a boner
I
kill.
thought it was gonna be me, Emily, added Ted Courtney, De Blasio, his wife, and he's just like,
like
hey,
one break dancer.
Yeah, one or two break dancers. A guy's like playing the trombone, playing like a sadder song, and he's just like, "This kind of sucks. You guys want to just come back to my house and like have some coffee or something?" And we're like, "Nah, dude."
De
Fuck you."
Blasio.
Yeah, he's like, "You guys want to come back to the Gracie Mansion?" And we're like, "Nah, you ruined this parade, bitch."
Yeah,
We're
you
outta
ruined.
here.
You ruined the city. Damn, that's funny.
It was good.
That's good stuff, man. So low of the week was just watching the Yankees. Just
Well, me and Joe got invested into this Yankee game Sunday.
well, the Yankees
afternoon.
were
Sunday
fucking
afternoon.
about to sweep the
Me and
Stros
Joe
again.
decided, and Missy was in town. Our friend Missy.
Right.
We decided to get invested in maybe the last 3 innings of the Yankees-Astros game. Yankees were going for the sweep. They were piling on the runs. They're going into the 9th inning up 7-2, and they fucking blew it.
They blew it in the worst fashion ever.
And I don't care if you're not a Yankees fan, but fuck, that sucked.
It sucked because so the game before Aaron Judge hit a home. It was a 1-0 game we won, and Aaron Judge like mocked the Astros, which
Right.
was dope at
Dope.
the time.
Talked a lot of shit.
Talked a lot of shit. Then the next day we come back and we're fucking kicking ass and we're mocking them again all game. We're just
They
shitting
were
on
mocking
shit.
too. They did something with their jersey. Gary Sanchez did something with his jersey.
Right,
After
we
he hit a
answered
home
back,
run. They were
and,
putting on jackets on people. I'm not sure what that one was, but that was part of it.
Yeah, so fucking Judge like did this whole thing, which is like Altuve with the cheating thing,
Yeah.
like he wouldn't let them take his shirt off. So Judge did this rounding third base, and they asked him after the game, like, "Oh, were you sending a message to the Astros?" He was just like, "Nah, I was telling my teammates to button up. It gets chilly in here when the roof's shut, whatever." He was like joking around. So they were putting jackets on people to like keep them bundled up. That was the whole joke. But yeah, so they're ripping on him, and then they fucking got it shoved right back in their fucking mouth and lost, and it was embarrassing.
It was an embarrassing loss.
It was a terrible loss. 9th inning, up 7-2. So Missy is from Minnesota. She's not used to this energy. She's not used to
We were also-
me watching the Yankees screaming, cursing, fucking punching shit. Like
We were
she-
also talking like very specific details about baseball, and after we were done ranting, she would just be like, "I have no fucking clue what you guys were just saying. 0% understanding of what you just said."
yeah, she was like, I didn't realize like it was a real New York thing. Like you guys fucking go to the beach and then you watch baseball and you get some pizza and you fucking yell at the TV. Like it was literally so New York. But I was so pissed. That ruined my whole night, and that was my low. I mean, that was
I'm
it.
with you. That was my low of the week
Yeah,
also.
it was rough.
It's tough to get New York sports not living up to what they should. Islanders
suck.
let me down even though they battled hard.
Mets suck. Yankees suck.
Nets suck. I think the Mets are good, dude, which is the worst part.
Well, the Mets aren't. They've
in
been playing
first
bad,
place.
but they're good. Yeah, but their fucking division is trash. Division's absolute trash. But anyway, the fucking New York sports are disappointing, to say the least.
If you're looking for places to get some happy, positive energy out of, don't look at the Yankees.
Don't look at the Yankees. But I think we might be turning it around. So
yeah,
we'll
so
see.
did I until that fucking loss.
We'll see. But let's get into this right now. So I saw an article talking about people in the Navy coming out and it's basically saying that like they feel that they're, you know, the focus of the Navy is more so on diversification than like actually preparing them for like battle and stuff.
Right.
And it reminded me
Our transition
immediately-
into this was seamless.
I know we needed to fucking go. I was done talking about all the shit we were talking about. So it reminded me of this video. Frankie, can you do me a favor? Can you go into our Twitter DMs and pull out the Russia recruitment video? I have it here. I just didn't know how to send it to you because you already have it in your DMs. Dude, hilarious. So Frankie, like a couple months ago, sent me a video, and it's a USA Army recruitment video and then a Russian Army recruitment video. Bro, what? You found it? Bro, it's bananas.
Does Russia not have a you have to join the army thing?
I don't think they do.
I'm sure they could if they wanted to.
Korea does.
South Korea.
South
does.
Korea has like a 2-year army commitment thing.
Yeah.
I learned that in Dave. What up?
Well, Israel has that too.
The Israeli army is like, have you ever? Isn't that Krav Maga? That's like the Israeli
Martial arts.
martial art, and it's like fucking nuts.
Listen, making everyone in your country know Krav Maga, I feel like is a pretty good. It's like, you know, you take math, you go to social studies, then you go to Krav Maga.
Bring it on. Yeah, like bring it on.
If everyone is just fucking ready to.
Yeah.
And I feel like Krav Maga is one of those like karates where it's like you're taught to only use it when you need it.
Right, because you're a lethal weapon. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, dead. Heart.
Throat. Krav Maga, I always think of like throat snatching.
Oh. What's happening here? But dude, this video. So yeah, so whatever. Basically, fuck.
We're there.
We're there. Dude, first of all,
Look at this guy.
This fucking
Jesus.
guy.
He looks like a robot.
He looks like a cyborg.
He looks like
for
a
sure.
specimen, yeah.
He's a Terminator for sure.
Yeah.
That's the most Russian man I've ever seen in my whole life.
You ready?
He looks like he's made of vodka. Continue.
Твоей новой жизни. Что ты знаешь о себе? На что ты способен? Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сумел узнать себя? Познать границы своих возможностей? К черту границы! А без боя нет победы. Но на самом деле, главный враг — это задача выследить врага, догнать его, превзойти, стать лучше, чем он.
It begins in California
This is America.
with a little girl raised by 2 moms. I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. To marry my other mom. With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class. And after meeting with an Army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength. I'm U.S. Army Corporal Emma Malone Lord, and I answered my calling.
Твоей новой жизни.
So, well, I'm all for diversification. Doesn't there seem like a power struggle here? Like a
Right. Just
like
a little
the triple
bit.
beam balance
Like
is
we're
just
focusing on
slightly
maybe
uneven.
the wrong things for our.
Right, like
defense.
diversification in every aspect of life, very important. The one place I wouldn't really scrutinize too much is maybe the Army. Like, whatever's best for the Army, whatever you got to do to keep us, that's cool. Do it. Take whoever you need. Take all the fucking muscles and testosterone you need. I don't give a shit at all. Like, goddamn.
I can't imagine being raised in that setting and then being like, now I want to protect the country.
Right.
Like
well,
that-
that could totally happen.
It could, but like I can't even.
But what a specific storyline to paint as like
those
let's-
commercials are like they're trying to like grab people. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Who's that grabbing?
I think are
The
they
wrong
looking?
people.
Are they looking? I think yeah.
It might just be grabbing the wrong people.
The wrong target audience.
Right, like, and there's nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
by
How
the
many
way,
of those people? You know, they can.
Right, nothing against women in the Army. I'm all for women in the Army, but that's not the way to target like the right woman in the Army. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
You want to get
how
the
many,
badass woman.
How
in the Army.
how many people in the Army? Not that we don't want people in the Army with 2 moms. We like that
We
there
would
are
love
people in the
that.
Army with 2 moms.
Of
But how
course.
many people? If I'm like casting a wide net and trying to get people to join the Army,
Right.
I'm not going into like one very specific.
Right.
Like if anything,
Seems
I'm trying to
very
get like
niche.
the trigger happy Southern boys who like gotta
Need somewhere to shoot them guns.
I want the one. I want the one who has 2 moms, has been bullied for it all her life, and hates the world and
Yeah.
wants to take it out on terrorists.
Right.
know
Yeah,
what I
that's how you paint it. You're like, oh, I was bullied because of my, and then you're like, fucking, fuck you, fucking freedom, and then fucking, yeah. Like, I don't want this fucking rainbow bullshit. I want, there's unicorns in that fucking video. It's the goddamn army.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to, you're going to kill people. You know that, right? You know that? You're going to kill everyone. Like,
you got a license to kill.
So my point, back to this article. So it was it was quotes from a bunch of people, but one of the quotes was from an African American or a black woman in the Navy who basically said she felt like she was only there for diversification reasons, like to basically to meet the quota or something, like not to be there to learn and to protect the country. And they basically, everybody who spoke basically felt that like the Navy is not focusing on China as like a threat. We're focused on being politically fucking correct and like diversifying our Navy. It's just, it's like crazy to me. It's just crazy. That's insane. It's the fucking army.
I don't know
Like-
why there needs to be a focus on. I don't know why there needs to be a focus on diversity. Like you need to diversify it, but it should just be like part of the Navy. You know what I mean?
Right.
If
Like,
you got to divert, it doesn't have to be the face of it.
it doesn't have to be like it's like for example, in an office, I think it's affirmative action. Like you have to have a certain, you have to include
Yes.
a certain amount of different cultures, etc. That makes more sense because it's like everybody needs a job. Everybody's looking for an office job. Everybody's like, you have people of all walks applying for these jobs. So you have to make sure you're fair about it. With the army, like there's only certain people looking to join the army. You know what I mean? And if like you're if you're trying to just hit a diversification quota in the army, also didn't the Secretary of Defense say that like white rage was or
White supremacy.
white supremacy is the biggest threat to national security? Was it? No, it wasn't white
Yes,
supremacy.
yes, it was.
It was
I
white
think it was white
supremacy.
supremacy.
Yes.
Well, that's a pretty big threat. But like,
It's
to
not
our
the biggest.
national
That's what I'm
security,
saying.
like
It
that
doesn't
can't
have to all
focus
be
of
the
Navy.
face. Like it's all the face. Like everything is now on the face surface. It's all. And I think I'm reading right now. The woman says sometimes I think we care more about whether we have enough diversity officers than if we'll survive a fight with the Chinese Navy. It's criminal. They think my only value is as a black woman, but you cut our ship open with a missile and we all bleed the same color.
Fucking well said. Very well said.
So
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like the guy,
We're so
you know,
not ready, dude. Like, I'm not that I'm like scared we're about to get into war, but I'm low key a little.
I'm not.
I'm not. It's not on my mind. It's not like I go to sleep every single night and don't think about that.
I give myself probably in a month's basis, I give myself maybe 2 panic attacks that China's going to come take over tomorrow.
That's a fair.
like I'm
number.
going to sleep and I'm waking up and China's here.
Yo,
I do that
that's serious.
two times a month.
Bro, I watched.
And then I wake up and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's probably not going to happen right now. But it's still on the.
I watched.
And I don't care who's in the, whoever you want to be. Yeah, it's the, it's all just talking points, dude.
It's stupid.
It's
Yo,
talking
can we
points.
can we draw the line at the army? Leave them the fuck alone. Let them focus on what they got to focus on, please. Please leave them alone.
You need the diverse. How do you do the diversity then?
You just don't discriminate. If someone wants to join the army, you let them join the army.
And then if if you're making a commercial, you just have a bunch of diverse people in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so easy. You don't have to make it the target of the fucking plot
Okay,
of the
but wait,
commercial.
hold on.
Shouldn't be.
Let's play
diversity, you know what I
devil's
mean?
advocate and say that was the most. If that was the most genius commercial ever made, what if the girl with the 2 moms who got made fun of her whole life?
Mm-hmm.
What if that's the most dangerous person in America?
You gotta give me more.
Okay.
You're just leaping so far. Like, why is she the most dangerous? Give me more.
She is the most dangerous person in America because
She might be.
she's got people to. She wants to spread pride across the world and go into these Iraqi Middle
Shut
Eastern
Shut
places
up.
that hate women.
Okay.
And she's killing terrorists, and then at the end she's just like, I got 2 moms. They're like on their last dying breath. and they're like a terrorist guy, and he's like he's in ISIS, and he's like breathing, and he's like, oh fuck you, and he's like, and then she takes her helmet off, she's a woman, he's like, oh fuck you woman, and then she's like, and I have 2 moms. Guap.
Yeah, pops him in the head. That's still not the most dangerous person in the world,
Right.
Because she wants to spread pride. And there's nothing wrong with, like, that woman may very well be an awesome soldier, but the point is the commercial's stupid. That's the point. It's a
Right,
dumb
right.
recruitment commercial.
Right.
It's targeting a ridiculously small percentage of the population.
And
Like-
debatably turning off the people who are gonna want to do it for real.
Exactly. Like, you're telling now all the people in Texas that are like, fucking America, they're
Listen.
like, but that's some soft shit.
Are some-
I'm going to the fucking SEALs. Fuck you, nerds. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking, you're killing me, Smalls. Help me help you. Like, I don't get how you missed that.
You need those Texas boys in the, you know? You
They
need
gotta
to-
go somewhere.
They gotta go somewhere.
There's not that many farms in fucking Texas. Shit.
You gotta go
You
somewhere.
need to get them big old Popeye forearms around a AK. Sheesh. Yeah. But, yo, that fucking video, man, is absurd. The Russian video is terrifying.
Right.
You know, I have a question now.
Shoot.
Just off of that real quick before we continue. If America is supposedly like the greatest army, we have the strongest army in the world. But why though? Like, are we
I honestly-
sure?
I don't
that
fucking-
Russian guy is scarier than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
I feel like it's and I'm sure that people actually do something, but I feel like nowadays it's all technology.
It is mostly probably technology.
Like if
It's less
anything, our
boots on the
technologies,
ground.
yeah, like if anything, our technology's
COVID,
superior.
you know.
What?
I'm just kidding. I was saying COVID was a biological weapon. It was a joke.
Well, that
Right.
we lost against.
Right. There's millions of people
Yeah,
gone.
we did not win that one.
I bet you that's where war is going though. It's going to be biological weapons. Maybe that's perfect then. Fuck it. Get like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe fine then. Maybe that commercial's perfect. Maybe it doesn't matter anymore. Maybe
Right.
it's just all the nerds are in charge of the army.
And
They're
they-
creating
yeah.
fucking drones and little fucking thingies. You know, I don't know. No idea what I'm talking about, but
It's just ideas.
It's just ideas. But
The
anyway.
Russian army, the Russian army would never. The Russian army's got one speed.
right, it's
You know
killing
what I
everyone.
mean? Like that, even you watch that video and you're like, that's Russian. Like
Right.
if you cut the wording out, you'd be like, that's a Russian. They're all shirtless.
I mean, they're
They're shirtless and jacked.
and like shaved heads.
Yeah.
And like fucking, they look like Russians.
Right.
They got those big mitts, those big Russian mitts.
Dude, honestly, Russians are the scariest people on the planet.
They are definitely the scariest. Like, yeah, they're the scariest people on the planet. In a consensus, like in general,
Yeah.
I would say. Who do you think second?
I mean, a drunk American guy is pretty fucking up there, dude.
That's who they got to target.
That's
the
what I'm
drunks.
saying. Yeah. Like like a big fucking American guy, pretty scary too.
Yeah, but American is a very loose term. Like, we got all sorts of. That's basically probably just a German dude drinking a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like an American, it's the culture that's scary about Russia. Even if the people were smaller, I'd still be scared of Russians because they're
Right.
fucking nuts.
Because of their culture. Because they like hang off buildings and
Well, they
shit.
drink vodka from age 0 to death, and
It's
it's
just
wild.
part of their neurological systems.
Right.
It's like we don't give
They're so intense.
penicillin. You take vodka.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like you cut your leg off, Tito's goes
Vodka.
on it. Yeah.
Tito's
Svedka.
is too pussy for
Right.
them.
Tito's is American.
Yeah.
Right. It's made in like Texas or some shit.
It's gluten free.
Isn't all vodka gluten free?
I don't know. Not the Russian one.
Yeah.
There's
they
all
add
the gluten in.
They add gluten and like fucking cyanide. They're like, drink this, it'll make you feel better. I'm like, I'm 10.
Speaking
Anyway.
of COVID, our boy Rob Schneider was
Oh,
very
yeah.
loud on Twitter. I figured we'd skip the Major League Baseball thing again. We can go back to
Yeah,
it.
we'll go back to it. Yeah, we're not on that
we're a baseball
wavelength
podcast.
right now. Right. Yeah, dude, Rob Schneider. Apparently he's been vocal about COVID this whole time. I didn't
I've
know
heard,
that. I wasn't paying
I wasn't
attention, I guess.
aware either.
Dude, me and Frankie saw Rob Schneider do comedy once because we saw
Jones
Adam,
Beach, right?
Yeah, at Jones Beach. We saw Adam Sandler's concert, and he was so like raunchy. I mean, I did not expect it at all. I mean, he's like a raunchy guy in his movies, but like hearing him just talk from the heart about like being a 56-year-old guy like banging chicks was just wild. Like he had some good jokes, but I was cringing like 90% of the time.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh, I
cringy.
thought you were gonna be about it.
No, it was funny, but it was also mixed in with some serious cringe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Frankie, would you agree? Cringe City.
I was fucking dying laughing. I thought
it was hilarious. But remember, like in the beginning, right off the bat, it was like, oof, dude.
I just expected him to be more PG.
Yeah,
and it
that's
was
what
like
I'm
he was like Mexicans, fuck them. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Like getting racial and shit.
That
We're
was like,
damn.
I think someone on our softball team went and saw Cam from Modern Family, who's the guy who's like the big fat gay guy on Modern Family, but the guy in real life is straight.
Yes.
And like he opened up with like, you know, just because I'm gay on a TV show, a lot of people don't know me at all. But actually, and this guy was just straight savage like the whole time saying the most. And he was like, yeah, I fuck chicks and like telling stories like that.
He is a funny guy too, though.
That guy is really funny.
And Rob Schneider was very funny. Like we were dying laughing, but I was just not ready for that shit. But anyway, yeah. So he went on a Twitter fucking rampage about like, basically. I mean, it wasn't like that bad if you read what he said at first, and then it got kind of bad. But it was just more so basically saying like, don't take it if you don't want to take it. Was really the gist of it. But it ended up. I'm gonna get
Which is a
actually-
hot topic in the streets right now.
Yeah, it is.
The
a hot
Biden
topic.
administration is really trying to get people. I've been seeing. I
Yeah.
saw I follow a bunch of conservative accounts, and they, in reaction to Biden and the redhead lady saying they're going to start going door to door campaigning to get people.
Right.
Has set a flame.
Right.
In the conservative community, and I saw that the typical liberal guy made a that you could buy for like $10, like this sticker that's like
On
you
your
could put on
door?
your door, and it's like, do not unwarranted solicitation for the vaccine will be met with my AK-47. Like some, it wasn't a gun thing, but it was just don't fucking
It wasn't
step
a
on
gun
my.
thing.
It was not a gun thing.
You just
I'm
got excited there.
exaggerating,
You got. I was really pumped about it.
No,
I was
that
like,
was-
shit, that's intense.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, bro. Like the door to door thing. I don't. Yeah, like a lot of conservative wing conversations are like, this is like they're forcing us to do it. I don't just see it that way. It's more because they still say like they're just trying to spread information, but I also think it's the stupidest thing of all time.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
you gotta know
everybody has the
whole
information.
thing. The whole thing is you got to know your audience,
Right.
If you're trying to get people who really don't want to take the fucking vaccine, you know how you don't. You know how you definitely don't get them to do it? You show up on their front door after they're super paranoid about being surveilled. Like, that's the one thing you shouldn't do.
Exactly.
You
It's
know?
like another read the fucking room, man. What in who? I want to know who.
That's what I'm saying.
Raised their hand
yeah,
in the fucking
I gotta
board
go
and
to
was
their
like,
doors.
Got it, guys. Why don't we just go to them?
Those
Terrible idea.
See, I was thinking originally it'd be really funny to try and be one of those people and then film it for like reaction videos. But I'm like, wait, that's like really fucked up because those people that you'd be filming would probably shoot you if you had a camera on you.
What, you think the COVID people?
Like if you were rolling around knocking on people's doors.
Oh, and
maybe
you were
you'd get
filming
some. Well, if you were like, you knew you were going into like a Trump town or whatever, and you know you're going to get so many people like talking shit to you.
Right.
It'd be funny to get that reaction, but you filming it is like such a breach, honestly. Of like, like you're really provoking the person. It's so fucked up.
You're playing with fire.
You're playing with fire, exactly.
I mean,
it would
if
make
you
good
get
content.
burned-
It would make good content,
I
but
mean,
you could definitely get burned.
It'd be a
And
12 out of 10.
You're 100% your own fault.
Yeah, you couldn't look at anybody but the mirror
Exactly.
on that one.
Like you're instigating.
yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
I think where Rob Schneider kind of not went wrong, but where he started getting the most shit is he was calling the vaccine experimental gene therapy,
Right.
which is what sets some people off with like misinformation, all that bullshit. But and now I'm not saying it's experimental gene therapy. I don't really know that much about the vaccine. But what I will say is, did you know that yesterday Johnson and the FDA announced that Johnson & Johnson has been causing Guillain-Barré.
Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Is it Guillain-Barré or Guillain-Barré?
Guillain-Barré.
Guillain-Barré. That like neurological shit. So it's a small percentage of people.
So it was like 100 cases and 12 million
Right.
shots.
Small percentage of people. But it again comes back to the whole thing of like, it's still, maybe you shouldn't just say it's safe, go take it. I know
Right.
you need people to take it. But like, it's wild when people just say there's no, it's new, man. Just like, let's be realistic about
Right.
it. You don't fucking know.
You know,
every
you don't
month
ever
so
watch
far, something new has come out.
You don't ever see a commercial when you're watching Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune, and all the commercials for like the high blood pressure medications are coming on because that's their target audience. There's never not a point where they spend a full 2 minutes listing the side effects.
And one of them's always death.
Yeah, one of them's always
It's like,
death every time.
It'll cure your fucking, like,
Yeah.
it'll cure that little itchy bump on your elbow, but you might anally bleed for the rest of your life. Like, I'm good.
There's a chance. So
Anal leakage is always one. Death. Like, turning to fucking
I saw
dust.
it is like it's 10 and 12. It was 112 million or whatever, which is
No,
like,
I think it was like 12.5 million, I think it was. 100 out of 12.5 million.
which is like
Yeah.
0.0000000.
Yeah, it's not a lot of people.
But I do think it's like the culture of like the culture of the people pushing it, of like no, it's like there's nothing wrong with it, like blah blah blah, just do it.
Right,
And
but
it's like
that's
you
the-
being skeptical is like, I don't know, it's just like you're just like a piece of shit or something.
Well, it's because
just, like, being
if
skeptical
If
or
the
something.
government and like whoever's in charge of the information is going to tell you no, it's 100% safe, whatever, this is true, then like they're not like every time we talk about the government, they're always like for example, like when people are campaigning, you're never campaigning to people who like think by themselves. You know what I mean? You're campaigning to people who are just like listening and just believing what they hear. So like you're campaigning towards those people, you're peddling that information to those people, and those are the people who like flip out when they hear an opposing opinion on it because they're like, no, that's fucking true. And then it's like you're just like making the problem. You're creating the argument. You know what I mean? Like you're not leaving any room for like discussion because you're telling them what should be true. And then those people who are listening to you are just fucking like, no, this is it. It's just like, what the fuck? It's crazy. It's too much.
I mean, my thing with the vaccine at this point is I think 99% of the deaths occurring right now from COVID are unvaccinated people.
99% of the deaths from COVID are unvaccinated people.
Which just feels like Darwinism to me. And if I'm a person who got my vaccine, which I personally am, I'm protected from people if they don't have the vaccine or have the vaccine. If I'm a vaccinated person, then the chance of me dying,
Right.
you can get it, and
Right.
you'll be able to get it forever. It's like the flu.
Right.
The flu vaccine doesn't stop you from getting the flu. It just gives you a milder case.
Right.
So-
I mean, it's going to be like
It's never
going to
go
You're
anywhere.
going to have to get booster shots, and it's going to be a similar thing for probably ever.
What do you think the percentage is of that 99% that's above the age of 29?
How about, I would say above the age
would
of
say
49, it's probably,
Not that many.
wait, of that dies?
I would say the deaths, the 99% are probably all older people.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
people with like pre-existing
Oh, I thought you
conditions.
just said the opposite. I was like, no, they're definitely old for sure.
Yeah, definitely old.
I think what's the mortality rate is like 0.001% or some shit, or 1% maybe. No, it's less than 1%, right?
Well, what I'm saying is, like, you said 99% of the people are not vaccinated. I'm saying, yeah, and then you're saying because you have the vaccine, you think you're safe. But I'm saying, but even if you didn't have the vaccine, the numbers would still be the same because all of those people are older than you.
Right. Wait, say that one more
Wait,
time.
one more time?
I'm around old people, though.
Right. No, but I'm saying,
No,
as
yeah.
far as the death rate, you said 99% of the deaths are people that aren't vaccinated. You feel comfortable because you're vaccinated. You got that little backup. But I'm saying, as far as that exact number, how many of that percentage is above your age? All of it, probably.
Oh, the people that are dying.
So you're
Yes.
saying as a young person, there's no point.
I'm not saying no point. You're in the healthcare industry.
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
just saying as far as you dying.
It's pretty
Right, the
unlikely
odds-
that a young person dies from COVID. Yeah.
Right.
I would say that if you
I wonder
want to
what
be
the
protected
mortality-
from COVID, you take the vaccine.
Right. I wonder
If you
what
want
the-
to protect people from, if you're around old people constantly and you don't want your clients, you don't want to kill your clients,
Right.
take the vaccine too. You know what I'm saying? For
sure.
I'm taking the vaccine every probably year
Also-
until I die because I'm not trying to kill Ethel.
Also, well, let's not put all the guilt on people killing Ethel for a second. How about Ethel also go get the vaccine?
Ethel
so
get the
you don't
vaccine
die?
too.
Right. So the point is, like, if you're vulnerable, you get the vaccine. Let's just say only people who were vulnerable like that, older people, got the vaccine, and say everybody who was like under the age of 50, 40, didn't get the vaccine, just for argument's sake. Would
Everyone over 40 gets
de-
it. Everyone under 40 doesn't get it.
right? Just for argument's sake.
Sure.
Do we think we would be fine, or do we think people you see what I'm saying? Like as far as people dying,
The one thing that I'm thinking of is, I've heard this. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's just to scare people, but it's like, if everyone gets the vaccine, then there's like minimal spreading of it. The least in a argument setting, if everyone got the vaccine.
Well, I don't know if that's true because I don't think it prevents you at all from contracting it or spreading it. It just diminishes the symptoms. Is that wrong? I don't think it, because like for example,
there's
on
been
the
so many
Yankees,
like breakthrough cases.
right, on the Yankees, like 7 people got it and they were all vaccinated.
Right.
And they spread it to each other very easily, clearly. But they didn't have bad symptoms, but they all got it. You see what I'm saying? So like I think the spreading is equal.
I don't think the spreading's equal.
Well, then I'm confused
I don't know,
about
though.
it then. You know what I'm saying? Like we're kind
The
of
spreading can't be equal because the spreading can't be equal.
well, like the flu shot, for example. Does the flu shot prevent the likelihood that you get the flu at all, or just diminishes the symptoms? I think it just diminishes the symptoms. You still can get the flu. It just your body handles it better, right? So if it's the same thing,
It's got to be, though. It has to stop the spread a little bit, though, because like the amount of cases that New York had, and now the ability to open again. Like if it didn't stop the spread at all, you would have people would have gone to Madison Square Garden. It would have like set New York on fire again.
well,
You
yeah,
know
I
what I
guess
mean?
you're right. Because also, if you
Like
have
the
the
spread, it's
antibodies, you
gotta-
can't really get it.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess
So
you're
maybe
right.
there's like, I think it's more like rare. Maybe it's a smaller percentage that you get it. That feels right.
right. That does feel right. Yeah, because
They
you
can't
basically
be
can't
the
get
same.
it. Like I feel like people rarely get it twice.
Right.
You
But
know.
the thing that I was going to say was, I've heard people, they want everyone to get it because then it diminishes the chance that it continues to spread. And then when it spreads, it mutates and blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, if it mutates again to the Delta schmelting accident variant, then it's the 12th degree entity that it was varied, and the vaccine doesn't protect against that one.
Right.
And the whole thing starts over again. But I'm like, do we know that?
Right.
That sounds
Seems like-
legit, but
Yeah, but everything has sounded legit so far, and it's all been fucking bullshit. Like, it's all been wrong all the time. But that does sound like it makes sense. Sounds like it makes sense, but also, like, whatever happened to the whole, you know, if you have the antibodies because you got the virus, it, like, I think they said it protects against less variants, right? That's the one difference. Like, it does, like, the vaccine, they're claiming, I don't know how they're proving it or not, but they're claiming that, because there was something that came out that basically said getting the virus and getting the vaccine essentially have the same effect on you, which is true, except the vaccine gives you protection against a broader number of variants. Not all of them necessarily, but like a broader number. And then like getting it may not protect you from all of the new variants, possibly. The article I read was in a lot of ambiguous terminology, but it was like a medical journal thing that I was reading. But that's what I think that they say the difference is. So even so, like, if most people get vaccinated and most people who haven't been vaccinated have had the virus, don't we sort of still
this
get
is so
towards
hard
that?
to follow. Say it one more time.
If most people get vaccinated, which we already have, I think 55% of people or more get vaccinated. Maybe it's 60 or something now. So if most people get vaccinated, and then of the people who don't get vaccinated, most of them have had the virus, don't we pretty much tackle that whole thing, or no?
I don't think most, because then let's say you, for example, you've had the virus, didn't get the vaccine, your
Right.
protection will eventually run out.
So will you if you had the vaccine?
Yeah, but I would plan on like getting the booster.
Right, so you're going to keep getting the booster.
Right. And
Right.
you're going to keep getting the.
If
you're
you
gonna
guys keep getting
COVID.
maybe. Fuck it. Fuck it.
I like the way that ended.
I think I've honestly had it fucking thrice, dude. I've had a sore throat in Long Beach since like May 1st. I've been drinking like a goddamn fish. I don't know. They keep calling it the Long Beach flu. I think I've just had COVID for a year. That's over, man.
fucking funny.
I'm just sick permanently.
I'm just going to keep getting COVID.
Yeah, fuck it, man. America.
Don't give me that vaccine. Give me the real disease shit.
Don't give me that diet COVID shit. I want fucking COVID heavy, bitch. COVID light is for bitches.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
I could have sworn that parade ended COVID, but I guess it did not. De Blasio, bro.
It would have been, and I don't want this to happen. I can't wait for COVID to just not be a conversation topic anymore. But it would have been fucking hilarious if, like, it still could happen if, like, COVID spikes in New York City because of the parade. Like, it just fucking, and we're just back into shitstorm o'clock. That would suck.
That would suck.
It would really, really suck.
Johnson & Johnson also's baby powder, I'm pretty sure. It's like
No,
Johnson
their talcum powder causes, like, cervical cancer.
Yeah.
They're
Like
a
I don't think
mess.
Johnson & Johnson is like the beacon of safe shit.
No, I mean, they're the only vaccine that I've heard, like, multiple side effects. Like, they had
Yeah.
the heart, the blood clot thing. And then my dad is the one who told me about this morning because he got the Johnson & Johnson. He fucking freaks out every time he reads them. He's like, you fucking hear about the nerve damage you can get? He's like, I'm going to become weak and withered away like a fucking leaf.
Yo, Guillain-Barré syndrome is no joke.
Yeah, like,
It's
you
a
get
very
weak. And it's
no,
like
you go paralyzed.
yeah, you get, they said,
You literally become paralyzed from it. Like starts in your feet. Your feet like you
Tingle. They tingle, they say.
start to tingle, and it's distal extreme. This was always a board's question.
Nice.
That it starts distally, and then it like works its way up. So it's like the first thing to go is like your fingers and toes, and then it just starts slowly creeping up your body until you literally are paralyzed and can't move.
okay, so wait, let's back up our whole conversation. Then. Those-
Only 10 in 12 million, though.
100 people getting paralyzed for life is a problem.
it comes back.
Oh, well, you didn't say that. You gotta
No,
say that.
people come
Paralyzed, I think, permanent.
I think one person died, but 99. I don't know the facts, but GBS you usually come back from.
Oh, we're gonna call it GBS?
And that's my doctorly advice. Usually, fuck if
you
I
don't
know.
Shit, he's like, I got that question wrong on the boards. Fuck. He thought it. He got that shit wrong. What's up?
Dylan, I got a question. Do you know
Shoot.
the term? I forget it, but it's like a very like it's not a medical, like the name of the disease isn't like very medical. It's like very like
It's a medical
normal
word.
words.
Okay.
Right. But I was listening to Chris DiStefano's podcast, and he was talking about his friend back in the day took the flu shot, and it's like this very, very rare thing that happens, like 0.0 whatever percent. But his friend, right at like the morning that he literally got the flu shot and went home, and it's this thing that your entire body is completely paralyzed, and you're unable to speak or anything. The only way you can communicate is by blinking. But you have your entire mind. You're awake, and you're able to do everything. But there's a chart that you have to blink and spell things out and give you messages.
I think that's called locked-in syndrome.
Locked in. Thank you. He was like
Got that one right, baby.
Boy, that's a terrifying
So-
name. Locked in.
You're locked
syndrome.
in. Yeah, you can't.
So
Oh my
he
God,
so he had
horror.
it, and apparently, like for everyone, either you could just snap out of it like randomly, quickly, or you just have it for life.
That's
Yeah,
like Bell's
GBS,
palsy. Bell's palsy,
But he
you can
snapped
like
out of
is
it,
when
like,
your half
one
your
day.
face goes, and it could be permanent. I remember my friend got it, Bell's palsy. Like half his face just went
Yeah.
and like drooped, and they didn't know, and it was like 3 weeks, and he was good. But that's fucking scary, dude. That just exists. I thought, does that sound like polio to you? Like, didn't we
think-
get rid of polio?
Hey, guys,
it sounds
I
like
may
the
be
same
wrong,
shit.
but Corona, I think, also causes GBS, or could
Corona
cause it.
does?
So, if according to your plan, you can get, like, I could get it, and you can get it together. We can get it together.
Right, but
we can be GBS bros. But you got it the
do
natural
you
way.
think-
I got it
do you
the Bill
think
Gates way.
Yeah, you got it by putting it in your fucking body.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is higher percentage? There's probably math out there.
There's definitely math. I'm gonna say, for argument's sake, they're exactly equal.
They're equal.
There's no different.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was just
But
gonna
then
say,
why did nobody that got the fucking Pfizer or the Moderna one get it?
Because that's that elite shit.
That's that.
I'm on that good, bro.
Good?
I'm on that Breaking Bad blue crack, son.
Blue crack is fire.
That J&J that your dad got is that ass crack, son.
ass
tell
crack.
I said
It's
that.
ass crack. That was good. What's up?
no, I was just gonna say, I always think about this. A week, maybe a little less than a week before my stroke, I got the HPV vaccine.
Oh yeah, you did.
And they never explained to how I threw a clot. It was like a mystery to them. I was a
You're
case
14.
study forever.
I thought it was that you like cracked your neck.
That's what
and
they
a
like. They were
piece
like,
of the vertebrae got dislodged and then got stuck in an
no,
artery.
That was
he
the-
cracked
that's-
his neck a
that's
lot,
what
so
they-
they said, "Oh, do you crack your neck a lot?" He was like, "Yes." They're like, "That might be how you threw a clot. That happens. That
they're
has
like
happened."
it doesn't happen to 13-year-olds, but
Right.
it happens. I was like, okay, I guess that's how we could just.
Wow, so the skeptic in Frankie goes back to the stroke.
Well, I told you, like, we have a close family friend.
Listen,
and I'm not
that's,
a big.
not a possibility.
Listen, I've never been an anti-vax person ever. This is the first time I've not taken a vaccine in my life. I'm all about the vaccines. But we do have a family friend who...
All about the vaccines because you were a kid and they were just stuck in your arm.
Yeah, but like
never been alive.
Even like after that, like I was always
Right.
like, shut up and get the vaccine. Like,
Right,
go,
right.
you get like fuck off. But we do have a family friend who the kid was fine. My friend's younger brother was fine, and then he got his whatever vaccines, and like within a day he was like very like mute autistic, like can't speak. And she obviously swears that the mother obviously swears that it was the vaccine, like because she can't think of any other explanation. I don't know if that's the reason that happened to the poor kid,
Right.
but I've seen that. Like I
Shouldn't be
that's in
met
my-
with a "go fuck yourself" and stop spreading misinformation.
right. It's my point. That's my point. But also though, like we watched the Pandemic on Netflix.
Right.
Remember we were talking to Chris and we were like talking about the anti-vaxxer lady. We were ripping into her.
Right.
Cause like I honestly, yeah, like she was kind of also out there. I think she had armpit hair and was like a hippie living in like a fucking teepee.
Right.
But like even outside of the teepee, the anti-vax thing is kind of like stigmatized. Being like a full-blown anti-vaxxer is kind of stigmatized because like it obviously has helped polio, all these other measles, smallpox, all that shit.
Right.
I have no idea where I'm going with that, but
Well, even that the case of there's 112 million, right? That's not a lot of people, but it happened.
right,
You know what I mean?
right,
So it goes back to the thing that you said also, where it's like everything is so absolute. Take the vaccine, there's nothing wrong with it.
exactly.
Well, it's like, okay, but what if it would honestly be better if it's like you should take the vaccine. There's a small chance you might be paralyzed for like 4 weeks. Probably not though.
Right.
Doesn't that sound better than take this vaccine?
It's safe. Don't question me,
Yeah.
or you're a fucking racist. Like, how did our
We should
world
run,
get
dude.
this way?
We should run.
We should run. We're fucking dumb smart, you know? Like, but literally dumb.
I think it's
but smart.
yeah.
Like we're so
dumb.
Oh, I sound dumb today. I feel dumb today. I feel like I only have like 40% power working today, but we're fucking riding, kid.
We're rocking it. Yeah.
Oh.
I see it, you know?
Yeah,
I
for
don't
sure.
not see it.
Definitely see it.
It's it's science.
If we had the funding, we could
Science,
run.
question everything, I thought. Question everything.
Right.
But not certain things.
Right.
You fucking
But not the
racist
shit we need.
scumbag.
You bigot. You said what?
You said what? What did you post on your Instagram? Bigot?
Bro, I remember when that hydroxychloroquine shit came out, and like that Caribbean woman was like going nuts about hydroxychloroquine. I posted the thing on my story just for like, it was just like, oh, this is interesting. Not like, fucking listen, sheep. Like it wasn't one of those
Yeah.
things.
Sheeple.
I got so much shit
Yeah.
from one specific dude, and he knows who he is, and he's a dickhead. But I got so much shit. People were like so upset by it. I'm like, yo, easy, kid. Chill. You don't know shit.
What
You're a fucking financial advisor. Suck my dick. You don't fucking know what you're talking about.
do you think I'll ask this question and then maybe we'll move on.
Yeah.
Do you think that the next election will be as like Instagram will be as vocal and like the misinformation? Do you think it'll be as fucking crazy as this last one?
Well, Trump is suing big tech right now. He's leading a class
Oh, right, I
action
saw that.
lawsuit. So depending on how that lawsuit goes, we'll answer your question. If like big tech gets shut down for their censorship, then we might have a wild fucking West out here where everybody's saying all sorts of shit. Like it's about to be crazy.
Either way, it's either the Wild West or the censorship thing again.
Or Biden's gonna fucking invade our text and we're gonna have nothing to say and we're gonna be in communist
right.
China.
Everyone's going to be
Frankie,
on
did you? I'm sorry, I know we were gonna move
Right.
on, but fuck me up. Frankie, did you hear this shit? That fucking Biden wants to censor our text messages for misinformation.
He said that live.
No, I don't know.
I think Saki said.
we would
it.
have to
I'm googling.
No,
it.
now
Dylan brought that to my
we're
attention.
spreading misinformation.
You're right,
I
you're
found
right.
this video as a Crystal and Sagar video that they were talking about. I watched literally the first minute of it, but it said that they want to censor text messages for.
Well, 19 hours ago, Tucker Carlson, your private conversations will be controlled by the DNC.
yeah, and the DNC are like in support of censoring text messages.
Well, that's not great.
Not great.
Biden, here, Fox News. I know it's Fox News, but Fox News. Biden administration deems censorship applicable to private speech. Actually, though, it's not applicable to private speech. That's why it's private speech.
Wait, what censorship is? He was quoted saying censorship.
He
No.
deemed Biden administration, I think it was his administration. It had to be Psaki. Hold on, let's see.
What's good with censorship though? It's freedom of speech, right? Or you cannot. Are you allowed to censor people by law? No. If they're like
not if they're acting as a quote town square, like when you're supposed to be a public forum. You're not, unless if you start to pull things, you're technically considered an editor or a publisher, and in that case you don't reap the benefits of Section 230. You like if CNN decided to, if CNN said something that wasn't true about you, you could sue them and you'll win a lot
For
of
defamation.
money. For
Here,
defamation.
dude, I have it here,
You
right
have
here.
no right to sue anyone for Twitter. Twitter has the right to, they get the protections of Section 230. They can't be sued for anything because they're a, quote, town square. But if you start to censor people, you're a publisher, so people should be able to sue you for taking down something.
Oh, I'm with it that you could sue it, but I'm saying if Biden, you just said Biden said censorship
Right,
is
I'm
part of private.
He said it applies to private. It should
That would go
be
up to the
applicable to
Supreme
private
Court.
speech. So
Yeah, but I'm not
so I
with any
found the quote.
censorship. Why?
No, right, exactly.
Like, I was actually thinking about this the other day. Like when when they kept cutting Trump off, like on like NBC News, like not even like CNN or like Anderson Cooper. It was like fucking 7 p.m. news on Channel 4. And like Trump would start talking and they would like, remember they all cut him off and be like, oh, the president just lied. So like we had to take him off the air.
Right.
Isn't it like, if anything, it's like play the whole thing.
Right.
If anything, play the whole thing and just be like, the president was just lying afterwards.
Right. But also,
Something like that. Like,
who-
why is it taken off so
And-
we can't see?
Right.
I want
Like,
to
what
see
is
it.
so-
Let me see that shit.
What is so frightful?
Yeah. Let me
Don't-
see that
like-
shit and then comment afterwards.
And also, who are you to say anybody's lying about anything? What do you know? I mean, in that case, I don't remember what he was talking about, but
It was
like,
usually-
where
it
do
was
we draw the
election
fucking
stuff.
line? Like, where do you draw the fucking line? Like, how do you know? What? Oh, no, he was lying. Or you just didn't like what he was saying.
right.
There's different shit. Like this thing that I don't know who said this though. That's the problem. There's no person on the quote. Like it's not assigned to anybody. But in this Tucker article, it says this is a direct quote. And then it quotes. It said Biden allied groups, including the DNC, are planning to engage fact checkers more aggressively and work with SMS carriers to dispel misinformation about vaccines that is sent over social media and text messages. So if you texted like the vaccine gives you cancer, or
They
some
would
shit,
change it to the vaccine
Would
has made me feel better than ever.
It would. I bet you it would pop up. Yeah, vaccine made my dick 9 inches long. I bet you it would pop up with one of those little things where it said like you had to click it to see it. It would say this is potential misinformation. Fuck you, dude. I want
if you
that.
hear your text,
How are we
that
not
would
communist
suck.
China? If
You
that's
guys
gonna
would be
happen?
fucked.
Oh, fucked. My phone would explode. My phone would just self-destruct. Poof.
They'd meet me at my front door.
Yeah,
FBI.
Frankie would get dragged out of here by his ankles.
At first, it would be some random lady just be like, "Do you want the vaccine?" You'd be like, "No." She's like, "The fucking FBI's gonna take the vaccine."
Take the vaccine right now. Your phone one day, dude, it's just gonna shoot out of the charger port. The vaccine's gonna hit you in the chest. But no, for real, like if they're gonna censor text messages, how are we different than communist China? Explain one.
It's
way.
like you write a letter. What if I wrote a letter to my boy? I had a
Right.
pen pal.
Okay.
His name was Stavi. He lived in Arizona. And me and him were talking constantly.
Right.
And via letters. You can't go open my fucking letter. That's a federal crime.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Right. That's a great analogy.
Thanks. Just
It's a
thought
really
of it
good
right
analogy.
now. I'm a fucking genius.
There he goes, fishing again. Fucking kid.
No, we're stupid tonight. I
Yo,
know
we
that.
are dumb tonight.
It's fine.
It's great. I love it. We should have smoked weed before this shit. We didn't.
That's how you know you're
That's
stupid.
how you know you dumb. What up? For life.
This is our baseline.
For life. Dude, that's like this. That is. I'm not usually like scared of shit. I'm not like scared of this, but that is a terrifying thing
Right.
to read.
It's not it's something that happens every night, but 2 times a month for every month for this past year, I think China's going to wake up in my house.
Or if Biden's gonna unzip a lizard fucking face and fucking attack that ass. Dude, I saw what was I listening to? I was listening to somebody say that they knew somebody who genuinely believed the lizard theory. I think it might have been actually the Chris Stefano podcast with
Might have been
what's his
me
face.
for a second.
It might have been you. Yeah, you were a big Pence is a lizard guy.
Because he just didn't. I just
Is that
didn't.
your butthole? No. Was it your butthole, bro? Did you? Bro, I felt that in my feet.
Damn, Franco.
Oh my god, you heard it in the butt.
You left and came back. It's not even like you
No.
left a fart and came back without it.
Did you go shit and then fart?
I
You got
peed.
back? Oh, you usually fart when you pee though. That's weird. That is funny shit, bro. That was a great fart. But that's terrifying stuff.
Right.
But we can move on now.
Sure.
I forgot about that and it came to my head.
I was trying to remember my This Week on Earth, but I can't. Let me just
Want
talk
me
it
to go
out loud for a
first, or
second.
you want to talk it out loud?
Yeah. The first one, my high was the parade.
Correct. Your low is baseball. Yankees sucking.
And then it was actually. You go and I'll figure it out.
You'll remember it. I'm very confident in you.
Thanks.
Mine, I'm not going to use any names, but people that I know told me about this scenario. And I just can't believe it. I fucking can't believe it. So, I don't know how to say this without incriminating people, but I can't say the name because it'll get me in trouble.
This guy I know.
Yeah, this lady I know was telling me, so she refers to the bathroom as the John. She's like, oh, you got to go to the John. Very common name for the bathroom. I would say probably one of the most common nicknames for the
The
bathroom.
Porta John.
Porta John, John, the Jimmy, the fucking Lou. There's a bunch of names, right? There's somebody that works with her that went to their management about her using the term John for the toilet, which I'm sure she does not that fucking often throughout the day, vocally.
Sends an email. I got to go to the fucking John.
Every single time, right? Like she's like, I'm going to the John. Like I'm sure that's not happening. She went to management because her father's name was John. She's an older woman too. Her father's name was John, and she's still mourning his death. And it triggers her to hear the term.
Do these
John.
people listen to the podcast, or can I make fun of them?
They don't listen to the podcast.
Cool.
What?
Chill, bitch.
Chill, bitch.
Chill.
What? On the list of shit you should complain about, that is
Dude,
nowhere
people
near
are
the
just disgruntled. There's a rage problem. There's a disgruntled problem.
But you know what?
Some are sick right now. Some are sick.
But this was before COVID that this happened.
Oh.
Yeah, this was not.
Why
a new
did it come
thing.
up now?
Because I heard her say John. I was like, oh, that's a fucking. I haven't heard somebody refer to the bathroom as John in a long time. She's like, well, you shouldn't talk to it with fucking what's his face, because she's gonna fucking freak out. And she told me
Reminds
the
of her
story.
dead dad.
Right, told me the story, and I'm like, the worst part about that whole thing is the management has to enforce it now, because you can't tell this woman you can't be upset about the death of your father. Get over it.
Right.
You can't do that. That's even worse than saying John when her name's John.
I mean, is it like a don't say it's a, you're like, what, if she came up to you and was like, I got to go to the John, she could still say that.
No.
But she's like, don't go up to Mary and say it.
No, but she can't use it at all, because like if she hears it.
There goes Biden censoring people while they're trying to just take a dump again.
Right, now we're censoring verbal speech in person. Like, fucking stop it.
Well,
man.
that's HR. They do
Right.
that.
Yeah, but okay, so Emily's in HR, right?
I've said stuff at work that people are like, what'd you just say?
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
what?
I'm sure it wasn't, I got to go to the John. It was probably like, I got to take a shit. They're like, what?
Yeah. It's
probably something like
always
that.
Yeah, it's like workplace banter. Our workplace is awesome, honestly.
Really?
The banter is fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah, people don't give a fuck.
Ours gets pretty fucking rowdy,
Yeah.
too. I mean, we're in the middle of Suffolk County.
I feel like
baby.
that's small business, though.
Right.
Small business is like you can kind of get away with that because it's normal and that's what people talk. People just
Yeah.
want to talk. I'm going to the John.
Exactly.
That's what people
but
say.
But that's, the woman also works in small business. She's not at like some big daddy company. Like it was like a fucking normal, like a small company.
She should go over to some woke place. They'll like put her on the cover of a magazine.
I mean,
Standing
right?
up to bullying in the office.
It's just, I had to be my This Week on Earth, because it's like, get that off of this earth.
Right.
Please. Like, all of you who are thinking that, like, oh my God, yeah, you shouldn't use John, please stop listening to the podcast. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. If your dad died, like, yesterday.
People have a very low threshold.
I get it.
Right.
It's been a while.
But even so.
Even so, like, I mean, I have sympathy for most people. I just don't have any for that. That's
It's
crazy.
not like,
That's psychosis.
It's honestly your dad's fault for having a name
no.
that also means toilet.
It also means dick. Johnson? dick. Johnson means dick. That's just the way it is.
That's
You
the
gonna
way
watch
it is.
Austin Powers and like cry during the scene where they say,
You're gonna
Johnson,
call up Mike Myers and say, "I can't believe you put that joke in there."
you piece of shit. Let's get a petition and some fucking picket signs and shit. Like, what are we doing here? Don't you have other
That's
shit to worry
exactly
about?
what we're doing.
Right. That is
That's
what we're doing.
exactly what we're doing.
That's what
dude.
everyone's doing.
That's what everyone's doing.
Cuba's doing it right now. Everybody's picketing and protesting and doing their thing.
Yeah.
Voicing that shit. Did you see that people are blaming America or I think Cuba's blaming America's social media for their uprising of their dictatorship that's been killing people for hundreds of years?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The Cuban dictatorship, communist dictatorship, is blaming American social media for their political uprising.
It probably is though.
Totally.
I mean, I'm sure
but
they got
should
the
be uprose on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're fucking terrible.
Good job listening. Good job.
Right, good job. We applaud you.
Yeah.
Right.
Uprise
we've been trying to-
as fuck.
Is it Fidel's son or is
Fidel
he not even
Castro?
related to Fidel? I know Fidel's dead. But whatever. Fucking yeah, good riddance, I guess.
We
But,
should get El Duque on the pod.
Yo, if we can get El Duque on the pod, I just called him
What do you
El
think about?
Duque.
What do you think about this whole Cuba situation, El Duque?
He speak no English, I feel
Yeah, no,
like. He'd
he
be
doesn't.
like, he'd be speaking Spanish, he'd be like, totally. And get out of here. We got
Right.
nothing to say. What's your this week on Earth? You
I
got
still
it?
can't remember it. It was
Really?
originally my high of the week. Saturday I didn't do shit. Sunday I went to the beach and got sunburned as hell.
Yeah, oh, dude, show the fam your back right now. Dude, Dylan's back right now
Yeah, it's bad.
is ridiculous. Stand up, though, so they can see the
I don't think it's as bad as
Bro, the bottom. Oh, my God.
Not that bad.
You can't really tell.
worse.
I think that looks worse, bro. But whatever. Yeah, it was bad. You got roasted.
The yeah, I could do like edit undo here. Hold on. Watch this. Oh, I got it back.
Wow, there
So
you go.
so on Friday night,
Holy shit, that was wild.
I just hit undo 4 times because I deleted it for some fucking reason. Real quick, I went out on, I guess it was Saturday, and I went out with Missy and some of her friends, and they were like going out, like they were kind of hitting the town. And I was like, I haven't really done this in a while. We went to a bar. They luckily had some Heine Zeros. Your boy was putting them away.
Nice.
And then we went to
47. 13 beers to go, please. Thanks.
I'll have 13 non-alcoholic beers to go, please. And we went to, I forget what it was called, but it was like a club. There was like a dorm. There was 2 doormen. We waited in some fucking line or whatever. But it was 10:30. So we were like, oh, let's go to this place. We roll up. There's no line. They're like, do you guys, like some club girl comes out with like a clipboard or some shit. She's like, do you guys have a reservation? We're like, nah, like we're just rolling up, like whatever. It's literally 10:30. Or it's 10:28. And the guy's like, yeah, we don't even open for another 2 minutes. But like, yeah, you guys can come in. There's like nobody inside yet. And we're like, oh, sick.
That sounds like the vibe.
So we go in. There's no one in this place yet. And it's like a long dance floor, DJ in the back, dance floor, bar, and then along the right side was like the movie theater tape thing for like bottle service.
You mean like the velvet rope?
Yeah. Like velvet rope blocking in like bottle service, bottle service, bottle service, bottle service. So we just start hitting the dance floor and just start getting weird, like the 7 of us, and like just breaking it down on the dance floor, getting weird. And people start rolling into this club for whatever reason, and they're like slowly starting to take up the tables. And it's a very small place, and we're being so fucking weird. Like, me and Missy were doing the weirdest dance moves. She, like, started doing this, like, basketball thing, and I was, like, a basketball hoop, and she was, like, dribbling between her legs and, like, shooting 3, and, like, going up to the tables and being fucking weird. Like, not club dance moves at all, like, being freaks. And
Sounds about right.
they kept shuffling in bottle service, like, it was a place that brought champagne bottles out with fucking
the sparklers?
the sparklers and shit. And
Yeah.
it was so not like when you do that and you see it on Instagram, it's always like some lit ass place
Right.
that's popping off and fucking gas cans are going off. I'm like, it was only me and Missy doing weird basketball moves at this club. And there's, I think, like, it was such.
That poor girl, like her unitard was probably just like, fuck you guys for ordering this shit.
Yo,
Go to the
for
bar.
Real, for real?
Go to the fucking
For
bar.
real, they were the least enthusiastic bottle girls I've ever seen in my life. They were all wearing masks, but you could tell behind those eyes they were like, they were going like this, but you could tell they were like,
Where did I go
fuck.
fucking wrong? What did I do wrong?
And
I thought I was hot.
They kept doing it over and over again. There was this one table of like 6 girls that were all dressed in like tight dresses for clubbing, but we're literally all like me and Missy. Weird again, mostly basketball dance moves. That was the ones I mainly remember.
Nice.
They were all just sitting there, 6 girls sitting at a table.
Other than you and Missy, her other friends.
I would say the first 45 minutes we were in the club, it was me, Missy, 2 people left. So there's 2 other girls. There was a Hispanic couple at the bar that we roped into our nonsense. They were having a good time. And then like 6 girls sitting at a table, 4 bros sitting at a table, and that was the club for the first 35 minutes. And we're being weird as fuck, and they were literally just like ordering bottle service, and I would look over, and all of them were just texting. All 6 girls sitting at a table with champagne bottle service in the middle, just on their phones, like not even looking up.
You think they were texting their friends that were meeting him at the table and being like, honestly, don't even fucking come. It's fucking weird in here. Like, there's just
Maybe,
these 2 fucking
maybe,
tall people
maybe.
in here just breaking it the fuck down. I think they're dribbling. I'm hating it.
Maybe. But yeah, it wasn't like a high, it wasn't like a low. Like I had a great time, but I just felt like an alien in the space. So that felt like a This Week on Earth.
That's
like
a
I was
This
just
Week on
being a
Earth for
full
sure.
fucking
You
weirdo
were
in the
the-
club.
you were the
I was the specimen.
subject.
Yeah.
Right, you were the specimen.
I was the specimen this
That's
week.
nice. Every once in a while, you got to be the specimen.
Dude, it
on
was
This
fun.
Week on
I
Earth.
haven't been dancing in a club in forever.
Yeah, dancing in a club is one of the best feelings
It was
you can
such
have.
a good time.
It's I don't know if I haven't really been to a. I guess I have been to a kind of like a club, but it's the best.
It was a great time.
It is.
The
Good
guy was
for you.
playing baller music.
Good for you. Dude.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Had a boy. What a night on the town.
It was a night on the town.
We are at.
I say you want to do the Stephen A. Smith thing? That's going to get racially charged. I have a very interesting take on it. I don't know.
Want to end with that?
Sure.
Okay. So, yeah. Well, I'm curious to see what you have to say about this. But Frankie, you know Stephen A. Smith, right? So Stephen A. Smith, they had the home run derby yesterday. And Stephen A. Smith made some comments about Shohei Ohtani, who's like if you don't follow baseball, he's a new Japanese player. He's an absolute phenom.
Sick.
He's sick. He pitches and hits, and he's leading the league in home runs, and he throws like 101 miles an hour. He's an absolute freak. He's like breaking. Nobody's done this since Babe Ruth. He's literally that's literally true.
Everybody knows Babe Ruth.
Right. He's like the Japanese Babe Ruth.
Right.
Literally. And he's like great for the sport. He's like super popular. Like when Hideki Matsui came to the Yankees, like people would come from all over America just to see him play in New York. Like it was the
He's
Japanese
I feel like he's
following
way
is-
bigger than Hideki Matsui.
He's probably, well, maybe not because New York. But, you know, I don't know. It depends. Well,
I don't
California.
know, like Instagram and Shohei Ohtani is
Right. He's probably bigger.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like he's just got a huge following, both American and Japanese. And Stephen A. Smith basically was saying, he made some comments saying like he doesn't speak no English, and it's hard for him to get a following because the man can't speak fucking English.
He said
That's what he said.
No, he said he shouldn't be the face of the sport because
that
he
what he
can't
s-
speak English.
Is that the quote?
Not exactly, but that was the vibe, and I'm pretty sure that was pretty much it.
Because what I
He was
read
he
was not
literally
that.
was like, the face of the sport should be a guy like Bryce Harper or Mike Trout. It shouldn't be a guy like Shohei Ohtani because he can't speak English.
I don't think that's what he said. Hold on a second here.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
He said, when you talk about an audience gravitating to the tube or to the ballpark to actually watch you, I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying in this country. That's what he said. Yeah, basically that.
He also kept saying, like, this is America. He kept saying that.
Right. Basically, that's what he said. So
It was like he went on like a 5-minute rant. But if I had to sum it up in one sentence, it was, this is America, speak English.
Right.
Which is fucking racist.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. And it's just like he ended up doing an apology. I wouldn't even call it an apology. He did end up doing an apology, but right after that, he went on like his phone and did a video. Did you see that?
No, did you see the one on the show?
No, I didn't.
Bro.
I didn't even want to watch it because I just knew it was an apology.
It was an apology, and he was like,
Let me tell you what he said on the thing
Right.
because it might be the same thing. So he took to his phone and he goes like, all I was saying, like I feel like people are misinterpreting what I'm saying. They're taking it out of context. All I was saying was that it is harder to gain a following if you don't speak the language. Like he was basically trying to say like, I was just saying like it is harder for him to get a following because of this, that, and the other because he doesn't speak English. He tried to downplay it and say he wasn't like ripping on him for not speaking English. That was what he said he was saying. If you read that quote, that's not what he was fucking saying.
I'm telling
And
you.
then Jeff Passan, a reporter, came on his show this morning and fucking ripped Stephen A.
Wait, bring up a picture of Jeff Passan. Because I think that's the guy I'm thinking of.
It definitely is.
Is he just like the whitest
The
looking
whitest
dude?
looking
Yeah.
dude of all time. This
So-
guy. Fuck. It's gonna be right here in like 2 seconds.
I think it's,
That guy.
yeah.
Yeah, you saw that.
He had a full Windsor knot tie.
Full Windsor.
Full Windsor. That's how you know you're white.
That's white shit.
Yeah.
That's some white shit. And he ripped the shit out of him for which he should have ripped the shit out of him
Right.
for. It was fucking like what
It
are you,
was.
what are
I
you
will say
doing,
this
bro?
though. I think that was the first time since all this talk of racial conversations has begun, like officially in our culture, that I've seen a incredibly white person give a black person a talking to.
Right.
And it was fucking. I was like, yo, you could see Stephen A. just like taking his talking to, but like seeming in his seat, bro.
Yeah. He was just
Seeming.
fidgeting and kind of like didn't know what like
And the guy was going fucking in on him. And was like said like ignorant and fucking.
it was like a prepared statement to it. Almost felt like he delivered it flawlessly.
You know what it honestly felt like? Remember when Piers Morgan was on and that guy, the weatherman, came on with like his moment?
Yeah.
It was like, it seemed like Jeff Bassan was like, I'm going to fucking write some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
Because this is big and I'm going to go in on him for like
The
clout.
difference was this was warranted, I would
Of
say.
course,
Right.
of course.
Right. This
Of
was
course.
more warranted. And Stephen A. does talk a lot of like out of his ass shit. It's just like Shohei Ohtani is the face of this sport. Like he hasn't spoken English in public is what the big thing is. Like he hasn't addressed the people in public. Dude, there's so many athletes like that.
Oh, yeah.
then
Especially
he-
in baseball.
Right.
There's so many Hispanic
that's
players that
so
don't
in
speak.
his bullshit apology, he was like, "Oh no, like it's a problem with baseball." That's what I was saying. Like 40% of Major League Baseball is from
Hispanic people that don't speak English need to speak English too.
Basically, is what he was saying. He was like, "Yo," because it was one of those apologies where like somebody jumps on their phone and makes things like worse.
Right.
Like they're trying to save face, but they make it way worse. He was like, 40% of the league is foreign players, and it's a big problem in Major League Baseball. It's why it's losing popularity because nobody that's playing speaks English. And I'm just like, dude, shut up. You blew
I feel like
it
most,
already.
like when I was thinking of like sports heroes, I didn't give a fuck what they said. It was
Dude,
because of how
Sammy
they were
fucking
playing.
Sosa, right.
That's
Sammy
how they were
fucking
playing.
Sosa didn't speak no English, barely.
You don't give a fuck what these athletes have to say. If you're a young kid, it's like you're just into the player because you're fucking sick at baseball.
Right.
Like Shohei Ohtani's sick because he's sick at baseball. I don't give a shit if he can't speak English.
If anything, bro, I'm like such a Shohei Ohtani guy now. Like just watching what he's doing, I was
just
riding for him in the
crazy.
Pro Home Run Derby. I'm so for Shohei. He's so good for the sport. He's a fucking freak. He's a unicorn.
Yeah.
He's like a god amongst men. He's doing insane shit. And like, if you like baseball, you fucking respect a player like that. Like, if you're gonna talk about, like, listen, you've had like issues. Like, remember when Cano and Melky were like fucking off, and people like in that era, that was like a different time. People were a little more racist at that point, I feel like, and people were always like kind of shit talking like the two like Dominican guys on the Yankees. Like we're past that point now. Like we're out of that era. Oh shit, what up, Chrissy?
What up, guys?
We're out of that era. Like you can't talk like that anymore. You shouldn't have talked like that at the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were buddying up because they both didn't speak English. Do you remember that whole thing?
Yeah, not really.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, they were both dicking around, like, going out partying and, like, playing like shit. And that's why they ended up trading Melky Cabrera because, like, they were
Oh, really?
the two boys. Yeah, they were both from the Dominican
They
Republic
are.
and they didn't speak English. But, like, the tabloids would, like, rip them apart for that shit. Like, the two...
Classic Dominican guys.
Right, exactly. It was, like, fucked up shit. Looking back on it, I'm saying it. I'm like, oh, my God, that was so much worse than I even thought it was
I
then.
didn't even realize that Dominican people party that hard.
Well, if you're growing up in a poor country and then you're making $10 million a year, you're going to go out.
Yeah, but I don't know if that has like direct correlation to your Dominicanness or
No,
if it's
no,
more
not
just
at
like
all. It
poverty
doesn't.
to.
Oh no, it's poverty. Yeah, it doesn't. No, in reality, it doesn't. But
Right.
that's what people were saying. I'm saying.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like we can't. You can't fucking. That's basically what you just did.
I mean,
dude.
dare I
Come
say,
on, man.
if Stephen A, if the person who said it was the white dude, that dude's fired in 2 fucking seconds.
Oh yeah.
Dare I say that?
That's I think a fair statement.
2
I wonder if anything will happen to
seconds.
Stephen A. though, because remember they booted Nick Cannon from Wild 'N Out for saying that anti-Semitic shit. I wonder if they boot Stephen A. But he's been around for so long. So is Nick Cannon. I wonder if they boot him. You think?
I
Think
don't know.
Stephen A. loses his fucking job right now? No way.
ESPN though is like mad woke.
It is.
They make very woke decisions constantly.
Well, yeah, I think all of the sports world is very woke right now, I would say.
yeah, but ESPN is the leader in sports.
Right, exactly.
That's their
It's like the
catchphrase.
CNN of sports,
Right.
one would say. Maybe the MSNBC, now the CNN. Yeah. So that was fucked up. Stephen A., you stupid as hell. Stupid, but I'll still always watch his lay off the weed fucking clips every once in a while when somebody tests positive for weed. You ever see those clips?
Mm-mm.
You never seen Stephen A. scream lay off the weed?
I think I've seen it.
Come on. Of course you've seen it. You know what you need to do if you ain't seen it? Lay off the weed, man. Shit. All right, let's wrap that shit.
Let's wrap up.
All right. Love you guys. Have a sick week.
Peace.
Peace.